Hello and welcome back everybody. It's Complicated Relationships Reddit Stories. Hope you guys are safe and healthy. Now let's see what the story is about today. You're talking to someone at a function and he tells you about a hot woman he's seeing, and later find out he was talking about your beloved wife. Also, you remember once you drove her to his place and waited outside not knowing that she was having fun with that man inside the house. Well, let's listen to this epic story.
2.5 months ago, I walked into a room and caught my wife and another guy making out in a big way. She says that is the first incident. I have reason to believe otherwise. I can't prove she had slept with this guy, but that is all this guy would be after. I left for a week, saw a divorce lawyer. This wasn't the first time we've had problems in that regard. Once with another girl, and caught her sending pictures to her old boyfriend on another occasion. We had agreed that if anything ever happened again, we were done. So I had a consultation and decided we had far too much to lose. 12-year-old daughter, 8-year-old son, and just bought a house a month prior. Married 6 years, been together for 18 years. I decided to reconcile with her. She quickly tried to sweep it under the rug, but I kept breaking down and telling her I didn't believe the story. This would happen every 2 days at first, and then less often. I would go take a shower twice daily the first week to cry about how my life felt like a complete lie. It's been a very tough mental battle, and I keep thinking I'm not helping us get better by feeling this way. Keep telling myself if I'm going to get over this and love my wife, I need to stop obsessing about this event. But then the vivid memory of him making out on top of her in my black leather recliner, her legs locked around him. I just blew up at her again today. I feel bad. I don't know how to start getting over this. She won't seriously talk about the event anymore. I've worn it out. How do I do my part here and start getting over this? It consumes much of my daily thoughts. I'm worried for my mental well-being over time.
Well, here is the first update.
I'm going to refer to the other man as Clown from here on out. It's really the only way I can vent besides this post. I'm unwilling to talk to family or friends about this astronomically embarrassing event. I am going to a psychologist currently, but she is on vacation for close to a month. The worst feeling in the world is having to doubt something you thought was unquestionable. She maintained that they never slept together. She maintained Clown turned violent and pulled her hair, started kissing her. She said that was the first time anything had happened. It's all BS. She was holding him. That Clown had been talking to me earlier that evening because we had some people over for drinks, him being one of them, and he told me about this smoking hot girl he was sleeping with, gave me the A-OK sign with his hands, and changed the subject. I just thought he was being creepy and dismissed it at the time. She had been flirtatious with him all night long, and I noticed it right away. Things and past events just started clicking. This had been going on for a while. My 12-year-old daughter and 7-year-old son were devastated that I left. My daughter begged me and pleaded that she didn't want to have 2 houses like a lot of her friends. With lawyer's recommendation, we did up a trial reconciliation.
If you are enjoying the story so far, please give a thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel.
Wife was to get help with alcohol, marriage counseling, and personal counseling. None of these things have been met. She drinks just as much now and started smoking again. I've blown up on average 2 times per week at her since I've been back home because 1, I didn't believe her story, and 2, I'm mad she isn't more remorseful, loving, or willing to do what I've asked of her in the reconciliation. I can't keep blowing up on her. It's not fair to me, her, or the kids. So on the weekend, I got the confession I thought I wanted. After countless fights, me not letting go, and a bit of a lie on my part, saying I spoke to Clown and he told me everything, she said, "Why do you need to hear it from me then?" To which I replied, "Because I need to hear your lips tell me, not the Clown." She finally told me. She said they slept together 4 to 5 times. Another bombshell dropped when she told me it would happen when I would drive her to his house and wait for her in the car. She slept with this guy while I was waiting 50 feet away. My heart shattered even further. It burned bad. But I asked for it. You might ask why I would drive her to this guy's house at all. To be honest, she would buy pot off this clown for us. That is why I would drive her there, I thought. I asked why. She said he persistently sent her texts and kept at it. I replied, "Oh, so if some creep just keeps asking you to sleep with him, you'll do it? Is that what you're saying? Just give out the most sacred thing we have together." She then said, "It wasn't you. I was feeling worthless." Then she hit me with the nuke. She said, "I did it because of the way you are, and it'll never change." She said the first offense happened in February, and at that time, we had been doing really great with our relationship. So it didn't make sense, and she gave me no chance, no warning, before tearing my life and family to shreds. She promised it was always protected. She promised it never happened at our house, in our bed, or when I was out of town. Just when I was waiting outside his house, and then drive her home and unknowingly, and making love to her hours later. It was affecting our intimacy terribly in April, to the point where she pushed me off her and started crying once. I had unknowingly been suffering the effects of this affair for months before I caught her. I got upset that she told me it was my fault it happened, asked why she didn't tell me or give me a chance, or just end it if she didn't want me. She started making many excuses why, bringing up 10-year-old stuff, telling me she was angry for tricking her into the confession. She told me she withheld the truth because she wasn't sure if I wanted her back or not. I did not recognize how that made sense. She told me I better get my team of lawyers on her and stormed off. I'm so angry at this point. I asked for the truth, and I got it. I think she's trying to make her sins okay with herself. This is not the first bout of infidelity we have had. We have been together since we were 18 years old. We've been a team for half of our lives. I want to make it work. She wants to make it work. She was, and still is, my first everything. Maybe I'm obsessing. Maybe I've gone crazy. Maybe I have unrealistic views on what marriage and intimacy should be. She says she can't handle the cold I have towards her for the last few months. I need to get over this trauma so I can think straight. I want my family back, but I don't want to be used. I don't want to hurt like this ever again. I want to be able to go to work and concentrate on my work instead of feeling sorry for myself. I want to play with my kids and do fun things instead of being depressed. I'd like to hold my wife's hand without dirty thoughts of her sleeping with some man while I wait patiently for her in the car. Gotta get my mind off this. Last update. I had lied to her about talking to the clown, saying he told me everything. So she opened up and confessed to sleeping with this other guy multiple times at his house while I waited in the car. Well, trickle truth has a way of bleeding out. She promised it was protected when she broke the news to me, so now it was unprotected. She was going to go get full physical STD test. It never happened. My heart sunk last night hearing this. I know for a fact that we made love many times, merely hours after they did their selfish acts. How disgusting is that? May I remind you that the night I walked in on them, he told me about this hot woman he was sleeping with and gave me the A-OK sign with his hand. I didn't know at the time he was talking about my beloved wife. She promised it never happened at our house or while I was out of town. Lies, while my kids were at school also. We had marriage counseling appointments to start August 13th. She canceled that appointment and didn't tell me until the day of the appointment. There's more. She let out indirect tidbits of info relating to people from the past. There have been many infidelities in the past that I never knew about. Things I suspected, but gave her the benefit of the doubt. Common theme is falling for her pot dealers. They are always such great people. She throws herself at people who mistreat and use her. Her dad was abusive to her mom. She's got major baggage.
Well, the story's not over yet. We have another update by OP after 3 years. I'm happy to report that I am now divorced, took the house, and have primary custody of both my children. I'm in a new relationship that couldn't be better. We both have equal amounts to offer each other, and she doesn't need saving. Life is good these days. It took a while to break an old habit. We have reached to the end of the video. Please like, comment and share the story if you enjoyed it. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you will be notified when we upload the next video. Take care.